All right, morning everyone. All right, time to get back at it and get ready for maple season 2025. So most of the leaves are down now, and it definitely feels like fall. It was like 27 this morning when I got up, so it's time to get work done before we've got snow on the ground. I've got one project that I need to get done before I get into the woods. Now, everyone knows that the last couple of years I've had some issues with tanks overflowing. Well, one tank, just the one at home. So this tank needs to get swapped out. I've got the new H2O tank here, 488 gallons up from 250, and it's gonna go down back in the woods. So part of what I gotta do is I've gotta get this tank moved out of here, get some pads put in, get it graded up, and then get started on this building, which it's gonna be a couple day project just because I've got some stuff going on that's gonna make it to where I can't get full days in on this. But I'm gonna move a few things around down here when I'm doing it. Now I've gotta move the pump out line because it's gonna be like right in the middle of the building the way it stands. So what I'm thinking about here is I get this down, get the tank out, then I'm gonna move the building so it sits like this way and it runs along that main line that runs up that way. So it'll sit here and the pump out line will come in here and hook onto this tail hold tree. Then I can work the building from here, but I'm just thinking it's gonna be easier because then all the lines can come in the back of it and the front of the building will be on this side. So I think it's gonna be easier, but probably ought to get the tractor warming up so you know it's a little colder this morning and then I can take this down. Now that I'm thinking back, it's just too soft here just to run those 8x16 pavers. I'm just too nervous. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go build some forms and make like a 16x16 pad that I can pour in place for each corner, and I'll feel more comfortable that that'll disperse the weight that this building is going to be, and then I'll just fill around it with stone. I measured, I got plenty of height coming in for the releaser and the tank, so that's going to be good. But now I just got to build these forms, and then I'll get them set, get these poured today, and then I'll go get the materials so I can get building this thing next week. So all 4 pads are poured now. It had a little bit of a disaster getting this thing squared up. I tried just rolling without driving posts to set the centers, which would have been quicker in the long run, but this thing's all squared up. I think this is going to work a lot better for holding the weight. I did have to pull these blocks out. Luckily, they were all buried in stone. That was just something that they were there, so I just covered over them before, but there's stone there, and then I'm going to cover this whole area. I'm going to get a couple yards of stone, cover this so it's all level, and then yeah, but weather's decent right now. I'm going to cover these up because we got some showers coming. Just put plastic over them and then put some hay over them, just keep the heat in, make sure they cure, because it's not the warmest out right now, but should be good. Finally back at this project of getting this tank building built today. I got the laser set up already. I did pick up a load of stone the other day. So what I'm going to do is put a couple of small blocks in the middle of the bigger ones that I poured, and then put some stone around it to try and even it out, because I just kind of want to spread that weight a little bit more, and plus make it easier to walk around down here. So get to it. There, the tank's in, which is perfect. So the big pads on the 4 corners and then the little ones in the middle, they're not like perfectly lined up, but they're catching the majority of the weight, which is really all I cared about. And then the reason I'm set kind of the way I am is the posts are going to sit on the blocks too, to hold the building. Thing I did different with this one is the drain is on this side this time rather than the other side, and that's just because of the way I can run it and not have the pipe coming over the middle of the tank where I knock my head on it. So it's just gonna make it easier having the pipe coming on this side, and it would have been hard to do it that way. So better. Now I gotta go get some lumber. You ready? We'll go get some wood at the lumber yard. You okay? You just wag your tail. As long as you get to go for a ride, right? That should be enough to get it framed, and then I've got to go to a different place to get the shiplap, but that'll get me going tomorrow. I'm not doing it today though. I got to play dance taxi now, so but I got a bunch done. All right, back for another day on this project. The goal today is to get the building built, and I really want to get it sided. I don't know if I will or not, but that's the goal, or at least get it sided tomorrow and stained, because we got some rain coming and I want to get this thing at least 1 coat of stain on it before it rains. But I gotta get the outlet plumbed up so that that's ready to go. So yeah, get some plumbing done. So back working on this tank building project. Mike came over the other day. We finished up getting the rafters on and got the front and the back, the siding on. The next day, which was Saturday, I guess it was, I got the other side on, got all the trim done, and got one coat of stain on it. So now I'm going to go down, get the second coat of stain on so that the roof can go on. I just ordered that this morning, so I should have that this week, and then this project is done, which I'm pretty happy the way this thing turned out. It's going to be a nice building, and I kind of rushed to get one coat of stain on because we had a little bit of weather coming in, but now it's warm enough today, and I'm going to get the second coat on so that I don't have to deal with it next year because I get a little bit of time. So get this done and then work on plumbing a pump up maybe. There, this one's done. Whole project, other than, well, getting the releaser in, but I've got a mount coming for that inside the building, so I don't want to drill the holes for the mains until I know where that releaser is going to sit, so I'm going to wait on that. But the other thing I did the other day is I got this home 3 line that came in and it had like a 3-foot ladder coming up, maybe 4 foot. I got that taken out. I was able to set the laser up and see that I had enough pitch. I just had to pick it up and then add a couple of posts and get my 2% coming in. But now this'll, I think there's like 60 taps back there, something like that. Maybe not quite, but that'll prevent that from freezing up now because it'll just be able to come right in. So another thing for more efficiency. It's definitely got to be cleaned, but I can get to that now. I just wasn't going to clean it until I had everything done here because it was going to keep making a mess inside. But I went with the door flipping down this time rather than up because on Maple Weekend, things like that, I didn't want to have posts holding that door up. So I'll just have to keep this shoveled out a little bit better so that it can flip down. But this way, for Maple Weekend, it can be open the whole time. People aren't going to trip over it. They can still get in, see what's going on in here. The sensor for the tank gauge is going to hang there, shoot right down. So that'll be inside now. I got to check, but I may try running it with it inside, but I got to see if the cell signal will get out. But we'll find out on that. But either way, I've still got to have the solar panel outside, so there'll be a hole through the wall. But yeah, this should work a lot better now. I'm pretty happy with this. This building came out just the way I wanted it, which is nice for once. So we'll see you guys in the next one.